everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share my journey so far as an artist. Just to be clear, I'm not a professional artist who has had art exhibitions and who sells paintings and art prints and all. And this video is not going to tell you how to become a successful professional artist. This video is going to tell you how to begin. I'm going to tell you how I began, and if that suits you, you can try that too. People often ask me whether I have learned drawing from somewhere or whether I'm God gifted that whatever I draw turns out beautiful. They don't know that I only show them one of the 10 drawings that turns out almost decent. Let's begin from the beginning. When I was in school, I was not at all good in drawing. I was really good in craft activities, but my drawing was below average. But nobody knew that. Everybody thought that I was good in drawing too, because honestly, I cheated. I always cheated. In school, what we had to do most of the times was we had to copy something from our art book to our sketchbook. And what I used to do was I used to take a blunt pencil and I will place my sketchbook page behind my art book page, and I will trace over the drawing with my blunt pencil, and this will create a depression on my sketchbook page, and then I will go over it with my pencil. And then, because I'm a smart cheater, I would make some deliberate mistakes so that one would not notice that the drawing that I made is exactly the same as the drawing in the art book. So after tracing the drawing this way, I'll just color it and shade it, and this way my drawing always turned out nice. I could never make an impressive drawing on my own during school times. That's why I never won a single prize in a drawing or painting competition. I won a lot of prizes in the craft activities, but I never won anything in drawing and painting. We had drawing as a subject in school till 8th standard, and then there was a big gap. I did not used to draw too much, but I used to do craft activities a lot, and I loved craft activities way more than drawing. I started drawing again when I got a job, and then I had some free time for myself. At that time also, I wasn't very good at drawing, so I traced. The only thing that changed was my tracing method. This time what I did was I used to download an image from the internet on my laptop, and then I will switch off the lights of my room and I will place my sketchbook page on my laptop screen, and then I will trace over it using a pencil. I just used to trace the overall structure. Then I used to fill that structure with lines, simple lines, straight lines, curved lines, lines at angles, just that. There used to be some areas that I couldn't trace properly because either they were too dense or too complicated. Then I just used to draw some weird flowers there and fill that space. Soon I was bored of this process and I needed an upgrade. So instead of drawing on plain white paper, I started buying beautiful, colorful handmade paper. But you know what is the problem with handmade paper? It's really thick. You can't trace on that. So this time I really had to draw. Since I was using really pretty paper, I knew that my artworks are already going to have a wow factor in them. I thought that the beauty of the paper will help elevate the overall look of the artwork, and it will also distract the viewer from the faults of my drawing. I started with doodles and some abstract figures, curvy wavy lines that sort of look like humans or animals or sometimes both. At that time, I was really inspired by Peter Draws. He draws these amazing doodles, and a big fan of him at that time. His work made me realize that it's okay if I cannot draw realism, and even the doodles drawn with simple black pen, when done right, can look wonderfully interesting and cool. At that time, I used to watch a lot of video tutorials and time lapses on YouTube to learn and improve my art, but I genuinely enjoyed watching those videos. So I found a lot of good art mentors on YouTube, and one of them was Alfonso Dunn. Alfonso is a really good teacher, and I found his video tutorials very informative and helpful. I really learned a lot from him. Like Peter draws, Alfonso also draws with a simple black pen, but his drawing style is more towards traditional and realism. I enjoyed drawing with pen for a very long time, and using just a single art supply is so much easier. You don't have to choose colors, you don't have to mix colors, you don't need to learn shading and layering and blending, and I really enjoyed the process. Drawing requires a lot of focus, at least for me. It's almost like meditation. With time, I ditched the pencil and I started drawing directly with pen. That means there was no scope of mistakes and I had to concentrate even harder. This would get me into a zone, and for a brief period, I will forget about my office problems and personal problems, and I just loved the high and numbness. After some time, I got better and comfortable drawing directly with pen, so I thought I should up my game again. So I bought a few canvases and I colored a random section on them using acrylic colors, and then just like I drew on paper, I started drawing on canvases with the same pen. Which honestly is not a good idea because with time the pen fades and your painting is ruined. I didn't know it back then, but you learn from your mistakes. Now, my next virtual art teacher was Bob Ross. I found his video tutorials on YouTube and I was hooked. He taught everything so nicely and he made it look so easy that I bet if you watch his videos, you will also want to paint something. At that time, I didn't really like the idea of painting with oils and acrylics because honestly, I thought they were such a drag. You can't just sit comfortably in your bed and make acrylic or oil painting. Believe me, I have tried. I have spoiled my bedsheet and many of my clothes and got a really good scolding from my mother. Anyways, Bob Ross made me do it. I bought oil colors, canvas, and some brushes, and I started painting. And honestly, to my disbelief and amazement, I did pretty good. I did struggle at some areas, but Bob Ross had explained every step so nicely that I knew exactly what I was doing wrong and what I lacked. In his tutorial videos, Bob Ross often says, "You know what? You can sell these paintings, make some money out of them." And I thought, that's not true, Bob. People don't buy paintings from amateur artists like us. But you know what? He was right. I made 10 paintings watching his tutorials and I was actually able to sell all of them. I rented a stall in Diwali Mela for my paintings and I was able to sell all of my 10 landscapes, and I just couldn't believe it. Obviously, I didn't make any profit because there was the rent of the stall and the framing cost and material cost, and I had put the price very low because I did not have much confidence that anybody will be interested in actually buying my painting. But I earned 3 things that day. Number 1, hope that I can also be a professional artist someday, that I low-key always wanted to be but never believed that I can be, and also never cared because I already had a nice job. Number 2, confidence that my paintings are desirable and there are people out there who might be willing to pay for my artworks. And number 3 is publicity. A lot many people came to know that I paint and approached me for paintings. Most of them wanted painting for free, which was weird, but a couple of them were actually genuine, and that's all I needed. Then there was a very long gap between my paintings because Painting required getting out of bed, and I am a very, very lazy person. But I did draw a lot. I found Maremi's Small Art YouTube channel, and she posts really long, almost real-time videos of mixed media arts. And when I first saw her channel, I was like, she posts such long videos, who would watch that? But I really enjoyed her videos. Yeah, she makes these amazing freestyle mixed media arts while thinking out loud, and it's like sitting with your friend watching her making some art, and I really, really, really enjoyed her videos. Her videos piqued my interest in mixed media art, and it is still my favorite form of art to make. Now, painting is a really expensive hobby to keep. I'm not saying most expensive, but it is really expensive. I mean, you need the canvas, good quality colors, brushes of different sizes and shapes, the palette knives, the gesso, the primer, the varnish, and then you have to frame it. It really costs a lot. So I started doing a thing. As I have already told you that there were a lot of people that approached me to make paintings for them. A lot of them wanted them for free, but I didn't want to do that. So I gave them an offer. I told them that if they will buy me all the art products required to make a painting, then I will make a painting for them with zero making costs. Although I don't get any literal profits from this deal, but the brushes and the palette knives are reusable, so I get that, and I get the leftover paints to play with. Making those paintings also helped me to practice and improve, and that's what is my current stage. I need to improve. I am still learning. I still need to get better and better. So I don't actually mind that I don't make any profit with that. So that's it, guys. That's where I am in my journey to become a successful artist. I am learning by making free paintings for others, and I'm honing my skills so that someday I will make enough paintings to have my own art exhibition. And that's how far I have thought till now. So to summarize, all you need to do is start and make some really ugly drawings in the beginning, and then you need to slowly but constantly improve by regular practice and by learning new techniques from the people who have already figured it out. You can find these people on social media like I found on YouTube, or you can find them around you, your neighbors, your relatives, your friends, or anyone who is willing to impart that knowledge to you. And whatever you do, just never give up. This is the most important technique, actually. Never give up. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you'd like to watch more videos like this. We just crossed 400 subscriber milestone, and I am really grateful for all the people who have shown their support and interest in my artwork. And I promise that I will try to improve, and I'll try to create better content for you. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.